Thank you, sir. Good afternoon to our esteemed shareholders, board members, all statutory auditors, internal auditors, secretarial auditors, cost auditors, management team, and my dear colleagues. I have the great privilege in welcoming you all to the 30th annual general meeting of Swelect Energy Systems Limited, India's leading green energy company. Now, I request your support and involvement with usual enthusiasm. and make our AGM a great success. And now I request Chairman to preside the meeting.
Thank you. Good afternoon to all the members assembled here in this board meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure in welcoming you all to this 30th annual general meeting of Swelect Energy Systems Limited. The requisite quorum being present, I now call the meeting to order. Let me introduce the directors and key managerial personnel of the company. Executive directors. Mr. R. Chellappan, Managing Director. Mr. A. Balan, Joint Managing Director. Mr. K.V. Nachepan, Whole-Time Director. Mr. V.C. Raghunath, Whole-Time Director. Ms. V.C. Mrunalini, Whole-Time Director. Independent Directors, Mr. G.S. Samuel, Dr. S. Sirian, Dr. M. Ravi, Mrs. Uma Prakash, for whom this is the first AGM, and on behalf of the board, I welcome her. Non-Executive Director, Mrs. J.S.K. Nachepan, Key Managerial Personnel, Ms. R. Nikhila, CFO, Ms. J. Bhuvaneswari, CS. I would like to inform the members that authorized representatives of the statutory auditors, Mrs. Deloitte, Haskins and Sells LLP, Chartered Accountants, Secretarial Auditor, Mr. Orkani, Partner KRA Associates, Internal Auditor, S.K. Raman Associates, Cost Auditors, Mrs. Ravichandran, Monge Lakshmi, and Associates, and Scrutinous Mr. P. Iswaramurthy are present here in this meeting. The register of Directors, Key Managerial Personnel, AMP, and Directors, shareholding and the Register of Contracts and Arrangements in which the Directors and KMPs are interested, maintained by the company in accordance with the provisions of the Companies Act 2013, are made available in evotingindia.com. Members will view the same during the continuance of this meeting after login by using their user ID and password. Notice to shareholders along with the addendum to the notice for convening the 30th annual general meeting. A copy of the annual report for the financial year ended 31st March 2025 have already been circulated to email to those members whose email addresses are registered with the depository participants or companies registered and transfer agent, Cameo Corporate Services Limited. The requirement of physical copies of the notice of the AGM and the annual report for the financial year 2024-25 has been dispensed with while the circulars issued by FCA and SEBI. As per the SEBI circular, my audible to everybody?
Is Chairman audible to all of you?
Yes, Chairman is audible.
Thank you.
Audible, sir. It is audible.
Okay, thank you. As per the SEBI circular, the company has sent the physical copies of the notice and annual report to the shareholders, those who have requested for the same. The notice of 30th AGM is taken as read. The independent auditors in their report has given an unmodified opinion on the financial statements of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 2025. And the same has been furnished in the company's annual report 2024 and 2025. The independent auditor's report is taken as read. The secretarial audit report for the financial year ended 30th March 2025 has no qualification or observation or comments. E-voting. In accordance with the provisions of the Companies Act 2013 and the amended rules, the company had provided remote electronic voting facility on the Central Depository Services India Limited (TDSL) e-voting platform for transacting the business contained in the notice and addendum notice to all the shareholders of the company as on the cutoff date of 18th July 2025. The remote e-voting period commenced on 22nd July 2025, 9 a.m. IST. They ended on 24th July 2025, 5 p.m. IST. Remote e-voting module was disabled by CDSL thereafter. The board of directors had appointed Mrs. P. Iswaramurthy and Company secretaries as the scrutinizers for conducting the e-voting process in a fair and transparent manner for the remote e-voting as well as for the e-voting during the annual general meeting. I request the company secretary to proceed with the agenda for e-voting.
Thank you, sir. Dear shareholders, the members as on the cutoff date, that is 18th July 2025, who did not cast their vote through remote e-voting may cast their vote during this meeting, and members who have not voted through remote e-voting cannot vote again through e-voting during the period. The e-voting platform of CDSL www.evotingindia.com and NSDL www.eservices.nsdl.com will be available for e-voting by members until end of this meeting. Following subject matter of the resolutions are proposed in the notice and addendum notice. Ordinary business, resolution number 1. Ordinary resolution, adoption of audited financial statements of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 2025, the reports of the board of directors and auditors thereof. 2. Ordinary resolution, declaration of final dividend for the financial year ended 31st March 2025. 3. Ordinary resolution, appointment of Mr. V.C. Raghunath, DIN 00703922 as a director liable to retire by rotation. 4. Ordinary resolution, appointment of Ms. V.C. Mrinalini, DIN 07860175 as a director liable to retire by rotation. Now comes the special business. Point number 5. Special resolution, reappointment of Mr. A. Balan, DIN 00017091 as a whole-time director of the company for a period of 5 years and fixing of remuneration. Special resolution, division of remuneration of Mr. K.V. Nachiyappan, DIN 00017182, whole-time director of the company. 7. Special resolution, approval of remuneration of Ms. V.C. Mrinalini, DIN 07860175, whole-time director of the company. 8. Special resolution, revision of remuneration of Mr. V.C. Raghunath, DIN 00703922, whole-time director of the company. 9. Special resolution, appointment of Mrs. Uma Prakash, DIN 03206624 as an independent director of the company for the first term of 5 consecutive years. 10. Ordinary resolution, appointment of Mrs. KRA and Associates Company Secretaries as Secretarial Auditor of the company. 11. Ordinary resolution, ratification of remuneration of cost auditors. 12. Special resolution, alteration of the article of association of the company. 13. Special resolution, approval and adoption of Swelect Energy Systems Limited Employee Stock Option Scheme 2025, Swelect ESOP Scheme 2025. 14. Special resolution, extension of benefits of Swelect Energy Systems Limited Employee Stock Option Schemes 2025 to the eligible employees of the subsidiary companies, associate companies, joint ventures, and group companies of the company. So the link for the e-voting is already enabled. And now I request the shareholders to cast their vote. I request Chairman to continue.
Now I request Mr. R. Chandapra, our Managing Director, to address the shareholders regarding the performance of the company for the financial year 2024-25.
Thank you, Chairman. Very good afternoon to all. On behalf of our Board of Directors, I am honored to welcome our respected shareholders, auditors, company secretaries, my dear colleagues and friends to our 30th AGM being held today, the 25th of July 2025. As most of you all know, we founded our company in the year 1984 and grew steadily as an all-India player in the field of power conditioning, UPS systems under the name and style of Numeric Power Systems Limited. We grew rapidly and got the status as number one UPS company in India during the year 93-94. In 94, we started our IPO process through a bought out deal and got the listing done in 1996. The capital raised through the bought out deal was rupees 10 crores. It was a humble beginning, but our dedication and customer appreciation raised our status as number one UPS systems company for decades. In the year 2012, we transferred our UPS business to Legrand, France, and set our total focus in the green energy space. We named our company to Swelect, and you all know Swelect is the short form of solar, wind, and electronics. With our excellent teamwork and the confidence instilled in us by our valuable shareholders, today we are a full-fledged solar power systems company, right from manufacturing a full range of solar products and installation of solar projects. To give a quick run through of our activities, in the product manufacturing side, we have solar PV modules. They are ranked as best-in-class solar modules, and we are updated with the technology using TOPCon cells and TOPCon modules. All our modules are qualified and certified. The details of the modules and the qualification and the certification details will be presented by my colleague Minalini. And in the manufacturing line of activities, we have module mounting structures and the balance of systems, except inverters and PCUs, that will be taken up in the coming years. And with regards to the business verticals, we have product distribution, rooftop installation, engineering, procurement, and consultancy, and construction, of utility scale projects, also IPP projects for energy sales. And a new vertical is being created in the recent times to address BESS, that is battery energy storage systems. We have a strong team with technical superiority, and additional experts are going to be on board soon to ensure our growth is well accelerated. I thank the shareholders who have come up with a list of questions that will be addressed by our respective team members as in minutes to follow from now. Now it's time for our company's performance presentation, and I request our CFO, Ms. Nikhila, to take on from here, and then followed by our directors. Over to you, Ms. Nikhila. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. A very warm welcome to all our esteemed stakeholders. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all to the 30th Annual General Meeting of Swelect Energy Systems Limited. On behalf of the entire leadership team, I extend our sincere gratitude and continued trust, support, and presence here today. This year has been a landmark year for Swelect. We have achieved a robust revenue growth of over 156%, reaching to 621 crores, which is driven by the strong demand for the manufacturing facilities and project execution strength. This growth has also been underpinned by the expanded solar PV module production capacity and successful delivery of key solar projects. While our profit margins came under pressure due to the rapid scale-up and increased input costs, we have made significant strides in strengthening our operational backbone, improving the working capital efficiency, and especially securing a strategic funding through the issuance of a 290 crore NCD. These resources are being effectively deployed to fuel the future growth. This year also marks a phase of deep transition where we are laying the foundation for a long-term value through capacity expansion, sustainable energy diversification, and digitally led operational efficiencies. We are committed to delivering enhanced shareholder value, transparent governance, and sound financial stewardship. Before we move on to the detailed financial and operational performance review, I once again thank you all for the trust and look forward to a constructive discussion today. Moving on to the financial performance, as we discussed, we have achieved 156% incremental revenue for this current year. We also have seen an increase of 28% in the other income, which is mainly due to investments which we have reallocated to higher yielding assets. One of the main reasons for the PAT to be dipped is due to the incremental deferred tax of 27 crores that we had to book for this year. This is mainly due to the changes in the applicable tax rates and tax benefits that were followed by the Finance Bill of 2024. Moving on. This is a general view of our segment-wise revenue. As we can see, the highest shares coming from the EPC projects and the sale of our solar PV modules. Our strong treasury management has ensured that our net debt is optimal, thereby keeping it on the lower side. The board has recommended rupees 3 per share as dividend for the current year, and we are going very strong at a market cap of 1,000 crores. A general overview of the capital assets of our group. This is a general view of the group net assets that we have across our IPP plant, factory and buildings, and the cash collaterals that we have. As you can see that the debt versus the asset ratio, we have kept it at lower than 50%. Thereby, we have enough of a leverage to unlock further capital to use in our growing IPP portfolio. The strategic fundraise that we had for this year was the issuance of NCD to the extent of 290 crores to India Infrared Limited through a private placement. This has enabled us to unlock over 200 crores of cash collaterals, which we will be effectively deploying for our manufacturing capacity expansion, strengthening our IPP operations and EPC capabilities. The target that we have taken is to expand our IPP portfolio to 1 gigawatt by FY 27-28. The business model where we focus on mostly the ground mount and the rooftop across the open access and group captive customers. We expect enhanced operational scale and improved returns on our capital employed. Some of the funding structures that we have thought about to support this 1 gigawatt vision is through institutes like IREDA, which give us a longer tenor loan at a lower cost, a regular commercial banking sectors, both through the PSUs and the private banks. We are also exploring options like the foreign development finances and green bonds to fund some of the quantum of the 1 gigawatt. Another structure that we have thought of is also an InvIT structure. It is in the very nascent stage though, and this would help us to increasingly ensure a capital recycling to expand our portfolio beyond this 1 gigawatt. This is all green financing, which will ultimately lead to a lower cost of debt. We have been very successful in getting a government order through the guidance for a manufacturing facility, which will unlock over 20% of the capital expenditure that we are going to do for our manufacturing expansion. The locations are both Salem and Coimbatore factory, module manufacturing factory in Coimbatore and the BOS facility in Salem. The benefit is this would be benefited through an capital investment of around 235 crores and an employment of 500 jobs by March 26. Though not mandated, we have also taken a gender diversity goal of having over 50% of women workforce. Moving on to the operational growth highlights. As we have discussed, we are planning on expanding our module manufacturing capacity to 2 gigawatt, which will also be aided through the guidance GEO. Some of our expanding product portfolio includes the TOPCon bifacial modules, where we have over 150 megawatt of orders secured. We also are looking to foray into the commercialization of the battery storage system. We are expanding our balance of system facility in Salem to facilitate the in-house manufacturing for the EPC projects. We continue to expand our EPC and IPP portfolio with more than 10,000 installations across the country. Our focus areas being the net zero compliance, ESG alignment, and CBAM readiness. I once again thank you all for your time and patience. Thank you so much.
So I request our directors, the executive start at the AGM. Mr. A. Mohan.
Good afternoon, board. Good afternoon to shareholders, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all for the 30th AGM of Swelect Energy Systems Limited. I would like to present some of the performances and the company for your benefits. Can we have the display, please? Yeah. Next. So I would like to just give some few slides on the performance for in the last financial year with the key projects. As you have already seen the expansions and other programs of we have a 22 megawatt of independent power production plants during the last financial year, and which is added up to total IPP plant so far executed is 182 megawatt. Where we have executed about 72 megawatt of EPC projects for our long-term and new customers, which includes the total capacity of 200 megawatt as on date. The rooftop power plant, what we have executed during last financial year is mostly for industries, textiles and other IT industries, etc., and also water pumps, which is coming around 3.5 megawatt. The total rooftop plants executed during last as on date is 72 megawatt. All put together, a cumulative capacity of 400 megawatt is already in operation, which is executed by your company. Next. These are all some of the pictures we have taken, which is already executed and in operation at various districts, Trichy, Karur, Dindigul districts. And this is a new activity, which is a cooling substation. A cooling substation is the one which is anything higher capacity over 25 megawatt. We have to execute a separate, similar to the Tanjatco substation, which the power will be evacuated at 110 kV, through 110 kV or 230 kV line. So this is one which is installed, commissioned last year in Trichy district, and it is operational. Another 50 megawatt project is coming up near Cheyyar, which will be commissioned in the coming quarter. Next. This is some picture of the rooftop solar power plant, which is all accumulated to 72 megawatt. So this is how we have enhanced our total capacity, and which is supported by our Salem factory for giving us the balance of systems. This is my colleague, Mr. Nachiappan, will provide the O&M of the plants.
Thank you, Mr. Balan, respected chairman and members of the board, and also investors, friends, ladies and gentlemen. A warm welcome once again to the 30th annual general meeting. I have the pleasure to walk you through a few slides of performance of the plants, sales, product sales, and special initiatives. What you see on the screen now is our O&M operations. We cover about 323 megawatt of plants, covering 72 specific plants, both our own energy sale plants and our customer plants, with over 97% of uptime maintained in these plants, covering a performance ratio of 78% and a capacity utilization factor of close to 17% in 37 locations and 11 districts. And this entire operation is done with an excellent team of 137 O&M staff members. Next slide, please. On the energy sale, your company, Swelect, has done 223 million units, a growth of about 13% year on year, and is poised to grow still further in the coming years. Next slide, please. I think you've skipped one slide. Please go back. So on the projects for customers, we've grown by 17%, growing from 40 megawatt peak to about 47 megawatt peak. And in this upcoming year, we are still poised to grow further with the major projects in the pipeline. Next slide, please. On the product sales, module sale has been an excellent growth story. You can see that we've done 130 or close to 140 megawatt peak of PV module sales, and MMS, which is basically the support structure for PV modules, is a growth story of 80% at 174 megawatt. Lastly, the special projects and initiatives. Here, in line with what you just heard as an announcement from our MD and then CFO, we have established a wind solar energy storage hybrid plant in one of our own windmill sites, not just as a proof of concept, but as a show of our technical excellence and knowledge towards achieving real round-the-clock power energy solutions, and also to demonstrate abilities for electricity arbitrage in the utility scale. And also we've established a multi-mode grid forming inverter in one of our plants to showcase a replacement of generators or captive power and complete energy independence in certain cases. So these are special projects, and in line with our initiatives to offer around-the-clock energy storage systems, Swelect, your company, is poised towards offering energy solutions in line with the market requirements. That's all from me, and I now hand over to our Sales Director, Mr. V.C. Ravikant.
Yeah, thank you, Nachapan sir. Respected Chairman, members of the board, our esteemed shareholders, ladies and gentlemen, greetings. Welcome to the 30th Annual General Meeting of Swelect Energy Systems. 3 decades of your trust and support has brought us to this milestone, and we are happy to present the key industry highlights today. The presentation is actually segregated into 4 parts. 1 is the current industry position, 4 the policy framework, 3 the technology development, 4 the regulatory environment. India has retained global rank number 3, and it is one of the fastest growing energy market. This year alone, this calendar year alone, we have added close to 24 gigawatt of solar projects, which is almost 47% of the total 102 gigawatt of renewable mix in our nation. This is aided by the strong policy framework, thanks to the 500 gigawatt by 2030 policy, which is supported by ALM, PM KUSUM, PLI schemes, which is making the solar industry a very robust industry to work with. This is also aided by the new financing mechanisms, especially the green energy bonds, ESG focused investments, and also very sophisticated project financing structures, which was also illustrated by our CFO, has significantly motivated many investors to adopt green energy. Like Nachiappan sir was saying, storage along with grid integration has played a central stage, and it will take the fulcrum position in deployment of renewables in India and then globally also. Apart from that, we have very innovative and very forward-looking policies, especially in the regulatory environment, the net zero, CBAM, and also DSM schemes, which are making the compliance mandatory. Next slide, please. So, like we are already set, so round the clock green power.
Run through the what we've done at what we call as SHPV, Solar Swelect HHV Solar Photovoltaics Private Limited. Yeah, so we are at a production capacity of 1 gigawatt, and the ALMM listed capacity is 807 megawatt. And we are proud to say that this year we have a complete pan-India supply network and presence. And the core competencies are 95% plus automation with SAP MES and various digital tools for process automation as well. The team, we have an excellent team with a collective expertise of 200 plus years in power electronics, manufacturing, and solar. And as always, we take pride in saying we source premium raw material. We have multi-stage process checks during production with the help of AI tools, as well as we have very strong IQC, incoming quality checks, process quality checks, and final quality checks. We have a strong track record in delivering large-scale complex projects with high quality and highly reliable modules. And we are known in the industry for our quality and operational excellence. So moving on, looking at financial year FY 2025, we have had a turnover of 311 plus crores with an EBITDA of 8.54% at 27.97 crores. And our PAT stands at 5.81 crores at 1.87%. The major milestones that we had this year was, one was ALMM empanelment. First, we got empaneled with 400 plus, 150 plus megawatt, and which was last year. And then in FY25, we could go to 600 plus, 700, and now at 807 megawatt, which includes the TOPCon module ranges up to 650 watt peak. We have a full board of product certifications, both in monoperk and TOPCon, and we now qualify for various tenders and high value projects. We take pride in saying we've onboarded marquee white labeling partners where we have consistent and monthly offtake from them. And we've secured a couple of very key developer contracts in utility and CNI segments and executed the project successfully. We have achieved our ENMS certification. So we are not just an IMS company. We're also an ENMS certified company, which is Energy Management System certification, where we take up actively conserving energy, not only just energy, resources in terms of power consumption, water consumption, air consumption, etc. And we successfully upgraded our line from monoPERC to TopCon technology, which is the current technology in the industry. And we have complete BIS, IEC, and UL certification of TopCon bifacial glass-to-glass modules. And once again, a feather in our hat is that all the modules and all the certifications passed at the first go with excellent results. And we have executed multiple energy conservation initiatives across the operations, which we'll see later. And we have Q3 and Q4 quarters were booked, closed with 100% order booking and stock allocation. On the technical side, our milestones have been in the Panasonic Supplier Quality Circle recognition. We've been awarded second place out of 200 participants across India from various industries. This is on how we control our quality and how we have extremely good quality control in the company, in the production. And we have achieved 0 NCs in the factory audits by leading Indian solar developers. Basically 0 NCs, 0 non-conformance. Now, when we look at the product range and certifications, we have both N-type and P-type technologies with various matrices, which start from 108 cells to 156 cells, with different combinations of glass with white backsheet, glass with transparent backsheet, glass to black backsheet as well. And then if we go by policies, we have DCR modules, non-DCR modules, as well as traceable modules suitable for the US market, even though currently the US market doesn't look very viable, but we are ready when it does. And with respect to certifications, we can see the various product certifications, including ROHS, BE, empanelment, enlistment as well. So with this, now we are qualified to participate in all the bids, tenders, both public and private, not only in India, but globally as well. So this year, when we look at what have been the market challenges and how we have handled, there have actually been quite a bit of challenges that have been thrown at us, starting with, of course, the dollar variation. The dollar really shot up to 87, 88, and before it settled down. This was in the last quarter. But apart from that, very specific to our industry, what we saw was, first is the price volatility, which was mainly driven by oversupply in the global market, especially China, and sudden policy shifts in China. For example, China had an export rebate of 13% on solar cells and various other components such as glass and frame and bus bars. Suddenly in November, China decided that they will cut down on the rebates that they give. So, which meant that the product cost all jumped by 4%, 5%, 9%. So there was a high price volatility, which also led to a lot of uncertainty. Apart from that, there was very limited availability of DCR cells. Against supply versus demand was highly imbalanced. We had challenges in retaining talents because there are skill gaps across key functions. Solar manufacturing has boomed over the last 2 years, which led to a lot of attrition, which affects the continuity. And we have increased competition. Like I said, since manufacturing has exponentially grown, it has also led to a lot of new low-cost players who entered into the market and have been pushing the prices down just as a market entry strategy. And apart from this, the change from monoPERC to TopCon also led to some production downtime because the changeover needed the machines to be upgraded. So how did we handle these various challenges thrown at us? First, when it comes to price volatility, we have a price variation clause that is built into the contracts with the customers. So what is the cost that we could not hold on with our vendors was explained and transferred to the customers, and we could get that covered. and lock-in of the prices with vendors for certain key projects. We locked in the prices with a good amount of advance. And for DCR cell, we have now developed more reliable DCR cell partners. And as you all know, we are also starting our cell line project. And to address the skill gap and the attrition, we already did have, but we have now made it more strong, structured skill building and certification program internally. Our training programs are extremely good and in depth. And we have implemented a lot of retention strategies by giving the career paths, rewards and recognition programs, and various employee engagement activities. And we are also moving towards a more digitized AI-driven tool to reduce dependency on manual expertise, especially in certain key functions such as quality. So, and further, to counter the low-cost entrants, we have not gone with the trace of low cost. We have held on to our stand and position of being a high quality premium product, where we emphasize on quality assurance, reliability, and long-term performance. And we address the segments and the customers where price is not the only factor, where they truly look at energy generation and the reliability of the product. So we are also a little picky about which customers we work with. We do not compete in all the markets. So this is how overall we've been able to handle the various market challenges. It's been a kind of a year where there have been a lot of ups and downs. But when we overall look at it as a group, as a manufacturing unit, we're very proud about how things have been handled, the challenges have been handled. And what we see is, with all the challenges, the entire team has become a very fundamentally strong, deep-rooted team and geared up for the upcoming years. Yeah, please go ahead. So the new initiatives that we have taken are, as we said, transition into TOPCon production. Our in-house reliability lab is completely now functional and in use. So we have all the modules that are produced. We have a good reliability testing plan, sampling plan, and the customers also are free to pick out modules and test them in our reliability lab. We are a 5S certified company. All our TOPCon products are certified. And this is important. We have also applied for PVEL certification, which is basically extended reliability test that is done on the modules, which goes above and beyond what IEC and UL do. This is three times the test and 3 times the stress that is applied on the modules, and the modules have to pass the test. So these are the new initiatives. And we also are quite serious about our ESG program. So as a step towards that, we have our ENMS certification, and we also have various energy saving initiatives such as compressed air optimization, thermal zoning, more awareness on ENMS, 5S, water resource and conservation initiatives. Women workforce has dropped a bit due to various challenges in hiring localized women. We are having a plan, and we still are holding on to our target of 50% women workforce. We are aggressively working towards that. We are now at 90% solar usage for our production facility. And with RTC and BESS coming up, we are quite confident we can go to 100%. And we have our in-house waste management initiative as well. So looking at the upcoming year, so what do we have laid out in front of us for financial year 26, current year? A module line will be a 2 gigawatt line. We're looking at commissioning by end of the year. Our cell line will be well underway. And we are aiming to double the revenue with a very strong revenue growth, while we while we work actively on margin improvement. So we are also exploring new technologies such as back contact. We are working on long-term customer contracts, both for high volume PPAs and as well as strengthening the OEM and the white labeling partnerships that we have currently. We have initiated our work towards ESG and BRSR. We are with a plan to build a center of excellence where we'll have our own internal R&D as well as skilling of manpower for our production line. And we will be positioning Swelect as a trusted and high quality Indian solar brand, and we'll be actively working towards that. So with all of this, our vision for SHPV is to be a global leader in solar manufacturing by setting benchmarks in innovation, quality, and sustainability. And while we hold on to our core values of excellence, empowerment, and innovation. So we are actively working towards this vision and are very confident of achieving it. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. You have given a wonderful speech about overall performance of the operations. Now I request the independent directors to begin with the speech. Mr. Dr. SCBN.
Ladies and gentlemen, and all staff, shareholders, good evening to all of you. And as we heard from executive and other directors, Mr. A. Balan and Mr. K.V. Machiappan and Mr. V.C. Raghunath and V.C. Mrinalini ma'am. So they have given entire details about the company performance and industrial highlights. Really, it's I'm very happy to note down all these achievements by the Swelect company. As we all know, solar is coming under renewable energy. As long as the planet is existing, the earth is existing, we'll have the solar energy all the time. And we have to cut down the coal-based power plants and oil-based power plants because it is emitting a lot of pollution. And definitely we have to rely on renewable energy resources. And like other countries like Germany and other places, we could see they have eradicated all the oil-based and coal-based power plants, and they have implemented completely with solar and wind energy. And the same way, India is also having enormous potential about in solar energy, and TERI, that is Tata Energy Research Institute, they estimated as so we have about 10,000 gigawatt solar energy. And the same way, we have enormous amount of potential in wind energy also. And yes, so far 160 gigawatt is already installed in India. And so again, there is forecasting about by 2030, 500 gigawatt has to be installed. So that is slowly we have to switch over to renewable energy, particularly on solar energy. And Swelect Energy Systems Limited, it contributes a lot towards Make in India, that is initiatives by the government. So it's really contributing enormous amount of installation. For example, there are about 10,700 installations already taken, and then about 500 megawatt has been already installed by the company. And as we all know, Swelect has 41 years of experience in power electronics, renewable energy, such as solar, wind, and energy storage. And Swelect has fully automated 1 gigawatt solar PV module manufacturing plant. By this year end, it would be extended to 2 gigawatt. So that is really interesting to note it down. And again, in Salem, we have, Swelect is having manufacturing, so this manufacturing of high quality, structures. The same way, manufacturing high quality solar PV modules like TOPCon, monofacial and bifacial modules are being manufactured, and it has very high quality and very good efficiency. And also it's highly reliable. And Milani ma'am mentioned about all the certificates, about 12 certifications received from various organizations, particularly from US and Europe countries and even Asian countries also. And so not only that, and a lot of ISO 9001, ISO 14001, ISO 45001, ISO 50001, everything was obtained. So that is so environmentally and it is very good. And not only that, and documentation and other things are really perfect and by the certification. Of course, the company is also having a channel partner with Ministry of New and Renewable Energy. So we have separate ministry exclusively to promote renewable energy in the country. And so, of course, other things are already everything is listed out by Mr. Nachiappan about the installations, and everything is mentioned, and really I'm happy about it. And even the coming years, it will go further. And particularly, very interesting that down 2 gigawatt is going to be extended, and the quality check already there are about 40 plus quality checks are there, and coming years, AI tool is going to be utilized to check the the quality status. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sir. You have given a wonderful speech. Now I request Dr. M. Ravi to address the gathering.
Thank you. Esteemed Chairman, fellow directors, proud shareholders, and all distinguished guests. It's a privilege to address you all today as an independent director of Swelect Energy Systems Limited at our 30th annual general meeting. First and foremost, I congratulate the board, management, and every employee for another year of resilience and accomplishment. Swelect, with over 3 decades of pioneering excellence, stands as a beacon in the renewable energy sector, especially in solar and wind energy solutions. Focus on innovation, quality, and sustainability continues to drive the success and reputation as a leader in green energy in India and globally. Connecting the power of the sun to every household, industry, and institution, offering the best green energy experience while contributing actively to the nation's goal under Make in India and beyond. As an independent director, my foremost responsibility is to uphold the highest standards of integrity, transparency, and accountability. I am pleased to note that Swelect operates with a strong ethical foundation and an unwavering commitment to all stakeholders. It strives for continual improvement, not only in the products, but in the governance and risk management practices. The actions and decisions are always rooted in the core values. There is customer centricity, quality, ethics, and social responsibility. This year, as a part of the board and various committees, I actively participated in deliberations focusing on strengthening compliance and risk assessment frameworks, advocating for stakeholder interests, supporting management to deliver on strategic priorities, reviewing and validating the company's adherence to statutory and regulatory obligations. Looking forward, Swelect's roadmap is ambitious, expanding our global footprint while strengthening domestic leadership, investing in technological advancements to deliver high efficiency and high quality solar and energy storage system, fostering innovation and digital transformation as said by Mirlanani, integrating the AI with all these systems so as to improve the efficiency, driving deeper partnerships across the value chain, ensuring that every stakeholder benefits as we progress. Our commitment to sustainability is not just about business growth, but about creating a cleaner, brighter future for coming generations, empowering communities, reducing carbon footprints, and building resilience against climate change. Gratitude on behalf of all independent directors, and I extend sincere appreciation to my fellow board members, the leadership team, our employees, the shareholders, and the entire stakeholder community for continued trust and cooperation. Your support energizes Swelect's vision, ensuring we remain an organization of global standards rooted in ethics, aiming always for excellence in everything we do. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Any other director is interested to make a speech, he or she is welcome. Okay, then we will proceed with the proceedings. The shareholders have registered themselves as speakers of the meeting. Ask queries on the company's operations and the annual accounts for the financial year 2025. The company has provided the link to the shareholders by email. We suggest that members confine their questions to the company's operations and the annual accounts for the year 2024-25. In the interest of time, with a view to giving adequate opportunity to all the registered speakers, we request the members to be judicious in the use of time in expressing their views. The maximum time limit of 3 minutes has been fixed for each shareholder to raise their queries. We also request the speaker shareholders do not ask their repeated questions. We will be pleased to provide any clarification that the members may require regarding the accounts and operations of the company during the year 2025. We now request the speaker shareholders to express their views and comments. The names of the registered shareholders will be announced one by one. The respective shareholder is requested to click on the link provided by the company. It must allow camera and use internet at a good speed to avoid any disturbance. By shareholders, 3 minutes each. Name of the shareholder, Pratiksha Doshi. PPID, client ID, IN 300 126 109 36050. Mr. Doshi.
Pratiksha Doshi has not joined. Can you just call up the next speaker, please?
Okay. Name of the shareholder, Digan Ria. PPID, client ID 1201900 1354768. Mr. Aria.
Ma'am, you can unmute your audio device and video device and please speak, please.
Mute.
Am I audible now?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, please.
Yeah, okay. Hi, thank you for this opportunity. I have sent my questions, but there are 3 most important questions which I will repeat here. So my first question is on our IPP, the power plant business. So we have around 182 megawatts of power plants today, and that has required somewhat 800 crores of investment, both in terms of debt plus equity. Now we plan to go to 1 gigawatt in the next 2 to 3 years. So, I think the CFO showed us, the debt, how can we borrow, that side of the equation. But there will be one more equation, that equity which this company will have to put. So I just wanted some, clarity on, what has led us to this aggressive growth that we are targeting in this IPP business. And secondly, it's been so many years we are doing this. Are we happy with the return on capital or, the ROCs that we make in this business? So any comments here would be very useful. My second question is surrounding this HHV solar. So Mrinalini ma'am, she gave, a very detailed presentation. So here, I was thinking that our capacity in ALMM is 800 megawatts. So we should be doing a revenue of around 1300, 1400 crores if we are able to sell everything, if we are able to produce so much and sell. So we reached somewhere around 310 crores this year. And that is despite us having all the certifications. Like last year, we did not have a lot of certifications, but this FY25 we have all the certifications also. So what is stopping us from scaling this up? Like, you mentioned it will double up, and, we will also double up the, capacity from 1 gigawatt to 2 gigawatt. So I am just seeing that we are only at 20-25% utilization now. So what is the need to accelerate that manufacturing capacity so fast? And what is preventing us from selling more? Is it that there is a lot of irrational competition pricing in the market that we are staying away, or is it that our sales networks are still developing and we don't have enough sales network so that we can sell that 800 megawatts? Any comments here will be very useful. And my third question is, because see, we are a small company and our plans are really big. Whether in IPP we want to do 4 times our current capacities, even in terms of the module manufacturing we want to double it up. And then I read one of the Mrinalini's interview where she said that we may add 1 gigawatt every year after the next year. So we'll need a lot of capital. And as a company, we have always been very shy to talk to shareholders or reply to any of the shareholders' query. I don't think such expansion can really happen without any big equity raise. And our company is very, very undervalued for whatever assets and business that we run. So I just wanted to just give this suggestion that maybe if this company speaks more, people will know our quality focus. Because see, sometimes even we doubt ourselves that why are we not even able to sell 200-300 megawatt when we really have good quality of panels. So yeah, that was one suggestion come question. So thanks. These 3 questions and others I've anyway sent on the email. Thank you.
So thank you, Ms. Haria. Your first question on the IPP and capacity ramp up to 1 gigawatt scale. Company first of all should have a target towards which direction we are going, and certainly 1 gigawatt is an ambitious target, as you mentioned, but it is still doable because we have if we split that into number of quarters, then it is not too big to achieve, and also it crosses multiple financial years. Also, we are looking at fundraising option through different means. We are working on it. We'll be engaging a consultant who was, expert in the areas of fundraising, and we will try all the options available in terms of fundraising to achieve this goal. This is very important for the company and the stakeholders. On the module sales, you are right in certain areas. Yes, we choose sometimes not to simply sell volumes when the margins are not available. But the practical side of it, if you look at the certifications started after the conversion from mono PERC to TOPCon, middle of the financial year last time. And it's there we convert from mono PERC to TOPCon or any other cell technology, then the entire round of certification has to restart. That I think all of you are aware. So then each time a certification is consuming months. So these are the, the transition happened, which was not foreseen in the very beginning of the, industry globally. Suddenly, the cell technology changed from 152 to 182, and then the mono PERC vanished suddenly, and then turned out to be TOPCon. Now, TOPCon is also going to change to back contact in a few years from now. So this is a very dynamic situation, Ms. Haria, and we are trying to catch up with the changing trends. So now that the production line is stabilized and the certification are available for TOPCon, it is a stage where we have sustained both in terms of certification and the production line. So it is time for us to ramp up the sales. At least whatever is running now, ALMM qualified 803 megawatt, we have to now maximize the capacity available. So this is on the second question that you have made, but you have not made questions. You have made only good suggestions and advice to the company. That's well appreciated. And also, the expansion program, and it's quite ambitious, yes. But we have to go to the market or talk to different financing companies, engage a proper advisor. All these processes are in line. That's how we are going to address. So we can't explain exactly what is going to be the roadmap, but we have a wide spectrum of way forward. Thank you. And all
if I may just add on the module side, a couple of things. So one is the conversion. So the first 2 quarters in module manufacturing was spent on mainly having the white labeling customers, stabilizing their requirements as well as the developers. But in the second and the Q3 and Q4, what happened is the monoperk to TopCon transition happened in Q3, which took away quite a bit of our production time. Even though we are at 807, if you see the first 2 quarters, we were in TopCon, which is 600 plus megawatt of production capacity. The inherent increase in the ALMM listing is also because of the increase in the capacity of the panel per panel. So when we say 807 megawatt, it does not mean the entire year we actually had the capacity to produce 807. That 807 was available, reached only after we changed over to TopCon. So that is one clarification. Secondly, we did lose some conversion time. Since we are only having one line, we have lost some conversion time during the conversion from monoperk to TopCon and stabilizing the line. So the ramp up stage, TopCon is a much more sensitive cell compared to monoperk, and the stabilization took some time. So since we wanted to ensure the quality is in place, we lost some production there. So that is the reason why the numbers have not been that good. But yes, like MD said, like I also said, we've been quite choosy about not compromising on our margins and also on the quality of the module, because whatever we give should last for 30 years. And secondly, on the addition of 1 gigawatt every year, this is, yes, a target we have, but it will be subject to the market conditions, because we don't want to follow other countries where they've rapidly increased the capacity and then are in a situation of oversupply. So we are very well aware of that. So this 1 gigawatt addition will be very much subject to how the market conditions are. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Next shareholders speak is Mr. M. Murugesan, DPID client ID 120100900. Client ID is 2064091. Mr. Murugesan.
Murugesan sir, you are up now. Please turn on your audio and video and speak. Murugesan sir.
Murugesan, are you there?
Just to unmute.
Next. Yeah, we come back to him later. Next one.
Murugesan sir, you can just unmute and speak, please. Sir, we can just move to the next speaker, please.
Okay. Next shareholder is Mr. Prakash Chandra Elada. DPID client ID IN 301356. Client ID 400064545. Mr. Prakash.
Sir, Prakash Chand Galada has not joined. Please call out the next speaker, please.
Okay. Next shareholder is Ajit Sanjay Darda. DPID 120811600. Client ID 4209361.
Ajit sir, you can just turn on your audio and video device and speak, please.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
Yes, good evening and thanks for the opportunity, sir. And congratulations for our solar module manufacturing plant. And sir, I have a few questions. I have already shared those over mail, but I'll just read those out. Sir, my first question is on our business performance by segment. So could you provide an overview of top line growth, margin performance, and capacity utilization across our key segments: PV module, module mounting structures, electric BOS, turnkey EPC projects, IPP, stabilizers, and BESS? Sir, my second question is that, sir, in our annual report, we have mentioned that we have created 5 new subsidiaries in the past financial year. Sir, what is the strategic rationale behind setting up these entities and how will they contribute to our core business? Sir, my third question is, could you elaborate on JV in Singapore
its business model, capital commitment, and intended markets. Who are the other stakeholders in AVSW Green Energies? So next question is on IPP. How much IPP was our how much of our IPP capacity as on 31st March 2024 and 31st March 2025, and what is the cost, realization and margin per 100 megawatt in this business? So my next question is, how much of our own module utilized in IPP business in FY25 and outlook going forward? Sir, next question is on how much will be our capex in next couple of years in solar module, solar cell, IPP and BESS business for the next couple of years and strategy to fund them? Sir, what is the scale and utilization of our battery storage operations? Are there any planned capex in this segment? Sir, our subcontracting expenses rose sharply from rupees 14.73 crores to rupees 56 crore. Which segment do these relate to, and is this increase part of structural change or linked to specific projects? Sir, there is also gain on sale of investment, which is increased from rupees 4.27 crore to 26.55 crore. Sir, what was the nature of these investments? So my last question is on contingent liabilities related to income tax, which have risen from rupees 18 crore to 152 crore. Sir, could you clarify which subsidiary or case this pertains to, and especially since standalone balance sheet reflects just 15.55 crore? And thanks for the opportunity and all the best, sir. And I support all the resolutions. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Dada. Most of your finance related questions were presented by our CFO already. But still, what we do is we'll send a mail capturing those numbers, like IPP 2024, IPP 2025, and what's the revenue, what's the investment, etc. Coming to AVSW, it is a joint venture to install rooftops in Singapore with a local partner who has experience in the related field. And the company name is CGB. They are already in the space of installing rooftop installations. So what we do is the JV is formed, and wherever there is an opportunity to sell energy, that's only going to be an energy sale company. So depending on the opportunity, we are going to install rooftops, engaging local contractors, and then sell energy there. It's not a huge investment there. It is maximum expected is around the next 2 years. That's about AVSW. The other aspects of fundraising and allocation for individual line growth, etc., are already discussed. And segment-wise revenue analysis also has been presented, what's needed in IPP, what's needed in EPC and module sales, etc. So what we do is to address more accurately to all your questions, we have to only drop a mail. With regards to contracts increase, as you see, when the IPP increases or EPC contract quantum increases, we engage more contractors to do the civil work, construction work, and all the electrification, etc. Obvious that IPP asset increases or EPC asset increases, the contract value naturally will increase. And with regards to the tax part, it is a wrong understanding of the department, which appeal has been filed with regards to SHPV, where they have not even gone through the papers filed and without even giving effect to the papers filed. And also the books were audited by high quality auditors like Deloitte. In spite of all that, the department had, without even reviewing the papers filed, they have just passed an audit. It's already in appeal, and that's not going to sustain from the department's favor. So that is, it's only a methodical approach, and then resubmission of papers once again, because the department says, they're not able to see the papers. That's something strange with regards to the tax part. And base capex, etc., as we come across the orders and opportunities, we'll have to work on it. So there is no specific capex allotted for base now, because it's a new activity in our country, and as we proceed, as much as BEST is concerned, it is all for customers. So it's more a working capital related aspect. So other items, what we do is, in the interest of time, because other members also have to be given a fair 3 minutes opportunity, we will send you by return mail.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The next shareholder to speak is Prabjot Singh Sahani, DPID IN 300 724, client ID 101 77073. Mr. Sahani.
Prabjot Singh sir has not joined. Please call up the next speaker, please, sir.
Okay. Next one is J. Archana, DPID 12037 client ID 00595
Archana ma'am has not joined. Please call up the next speaker, please.
Next shareholder, Mr. J. Abhishek, DPID IN 301 637, client ID 413 Mr. Abhishek.
Sir, Abhishek sir also not joined. Please call up the next speaker, please.
Next shareholder is Mr. P. Jaychand, DPID IN 300 394, client ID 1894 Mr. Jaychand.
Jaychand sir, you are up now. Please unmute your device and speak, please.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me, sir? Am I audible?
Yeah.
So first of all,
yeah, you are audible. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. J. Abhishek, P. Jaychand, and AV Manisundram all will join in from the same device, sir, in the interest of time. And some technical difficulties I have joined, but you are informed that I have not joined. So first of all, I congratulate the management on the eve of annual general body meetings. I trust all is well with you and your family. In this challenging situation, a company deserves much more respect than the current market cap. After completing more than a decade of successful operation, profitability, and becoming one of the strongest brand in the respective segment. Sir, I would like to know, as of date, how many employees are there in the company? What are the steps being taken by the management to reduce the other expenses, legal professional charges, and the audit fee? Then myself and my team are running a legal firm in the name and style of Seven Associate in Chennai. So I would request the management to kindly enroll the firm in the empowerment of the company, and we will be glad to extend our services. So then, in the if you can consider hybrid AGMs in the years to come, we can have more participants from the shareholders, sir. Some of the shareholders are not able to join because of the technical difficulties in this virtual platform. So if you can consider hybrid, it will be helpful, sir. And even during the difficult times, the company has declared dividend to the investor fraternity. I appreciate the management for that. And you have maintained the constant dividend year on year. So we are really thankful to the entire board of directors for their sincere efforts in bringing the company to this particular extent and rewarding the minority shareholders in large numbers. I wish the company and the board of directors a great success and prosperity in the coming future. And thank you for giving the opportunity, sir. Hope to see you in the hybrid AGM next year. Now, Mr. P. Jaychand will join in from the same device, sir. Just a second.
This is Abhishek.
Good evening, respected Chairman, Board of Directors, Secretary and his team, and my fellow shareholders. I congratulate the management on the eve of this AGM, sir. The management is doing a wonderful job. The corporate governance is good. The CSR activities are good. But the only grievance... Hello, I'm audible, sir?
Yes.
Yeah.
But the only grievance of the shareholder is expecting better dividend and appreciation of share price, because most of the shareholders, especially senior citizens, are dependent on this dividend. So we are proud shareholders of the company. I hope the management will not let down the shareholders. I request the management to consider the bonus shares, if not the rights issue share, because it's the right time to reward the shareholders, sir. I hope the management will consider the hospitality part of the shareholders, sir, especially the speaker shareholders. I thank the management, sir. Please allow Mr. Manisundram to join from the same device, sir.
Very good evening. Are you able to hear?
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
My name is Manisudaram. Very happy to attend this meeting by an annual general body meeting video conference because they have a lot of difficulties too technical to join the virtual video conference. Please consider next year hybrid meeting because a lot of difficulties and also senior citizens want to see the management and also you have done good corporate governance and we requesting plant visit. What you have done, what is the latest invention in the Swelect energy? We pray God all must be happy, health and wealthy. Thank you, thanks a lot. Give more dividend to and rise in market price in share. Thank you, thanks a lot, sir.
So thank you so much, sir. Mr. Mani Shankar, Mani Sundaram, and Mr. Chand and Mr. Jay Chan. See, the first question was with regards to number of people, the legal expense management, and all those expenses in terms of indirect in nature. But company has a financing part. Everything has to be anyway factored into the quotations we submit, whether it is IPP or EPC or any other activity that has a commercial interest between customer and the company. So we have certain percentage of overheads factored into our invoices. That's how we manage our expenses. In terms of number of people, the total number of employees at this moment is around 600 people, including manufacturing, field, and the head office, maybe 640 around people. And requesting certainly your support as usual always, and talking about dividend and improving the market position and per capita share value, etc. Certainly, we are all working hard to ensure that company's performance is always consistent, and we are a healthy company to pay dividend year on year. We will all put our best efforts to see how best it can be improved in the coming years. And Mr. Mani Sundaram said we will also try to make it hybrid in nature, where we can have a hall in a hotel, and then from the hotel, taking more people to participate, we'll still have a hybrid version or an online meeting coming years. Hope we have addressed your questions. Thank you so much.
Next shareholder is Mr. P. Shyam Sundari.
So P. Shyam Sundari has not joined. Can you just call up the next speaker, please?
RTJ. Next shareholder is RTJ. EPIDIN 301637. Client ID 414-80802. RT.
RTJ has also not joined. Can you just call up the next speaker, please?
Okay. Next shareholder is
It's our
EPIDIN 300-441. Client ID 106-74527. Mr. P. Gopal.
Gopal sir, you are up now. Please unmute your device and speak, please. Gopal sir?
Hello?
Yes, you're clear. Please.
Sir, Swelect Energy கம்பெனியோடைய ஆண்டு விழாக்கு அனைவருக்கும் வாழ்த்துக்கள். சார், எங்கள் கம்பெனி வருங்காலத்தில் அதிக லாபங்களை பெற்று அனைத்து ஷேர் ஹோல்டர்களுக்கு நல்ல டிவிடெண்ட் வழங்குமாறு அன்புடன் கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம். கம்பெனி இப்பொழுது கொஞ்சம் ஒரு ஸ்ட்ரகிளிங்கான ஸ்டேஜில் இருந்தாலும் அனைத்து ஷேர் ஹோல்டர்களுக்கு டிவிடெண்ட் வழங்கியிருக்கிறீர்கள். அதுக்கு எங்களுடைய பாராட்டுகள். சார், ஷேர் ஹோல்டருக்கு ஃபேக்டரி விசிட் அரேஞ்ச் செய்யுமாறு அன்புடன் கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன். சார், அனைத்து ஷேர் ஹோல்டருக்கு பார்ட்டிசிபேட் செய்த ஷேர் ஹோல்டர்களுக்கு ஹாஸ்பிட்டாலிட்டி வழங்குமாறு அன்புடன் கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம். அனைத்து ரெசல்யூஷன்களையும் நாங்கள் ஃபேவர் செய்து இருக்கிறோம். அப்பொழுது ரெசல்யூஷன்ஸில் டைரக்டர்களுக்கு ரிவிஷன் in the part of the whole-time director revisions in the salary remuneration எவ்வளோ ரிவிஷன் எவ்வளோ பர்சன்டேஜ் உயர்வு அந்த விளக்கத்தை நீங்கள் அதில் தரவில்லை, அந்த விளக்கத்தை கொஞ்சம் கொடுங்கள். அப்பொழுது அமெண்ட்மெண்ட் இந்த ஆர்டிகல்ஸ் ஆஃப் ரெசல்யூஷன் அசோசியேஷன் எந்த போர்ஷன் எந்த பேராவை நீங்கள் அமெண்ட் செய்து வருகிறீர்கள் அந்த விவரத்தை கொஞ்சம் கொடுங்கள். வாய்ப்புக்கு நன்றி கூறி விடைபெறுகிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Sir, we have included Part B, which is a replica of debenture trust deed. So it has been included in the annual article of association. Sir? Gopal, sir?
Mr. Gopal?
Gopal sir has left. Please call up the next speaker, please.
Okay, next shareholder is G. Vandana. EPIDIN 300441. Client ID 106743991. This G. Vandana.
Vandana ma'am has not joined. Please call up the next speaker, please.
Okay, next shareholder is Mr. Manjit Singh. EPID 12088-701. Client ID 5698545. Mr. Manjit Singh.
Manjit Singh has not joined. Please call up the next speaker, please.
Next shareholder is Shashwat Desai. EPID 12033-201. Client ID 69600-690. Shashwat Desai.
Seshwat sir, you are up now. Please unmute your device and speak, please.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So good evening, everybody. So with the new information, my first question changes completely. I thought we have 300 megawatts of IPP portfolio. And if I calculate as per that, we generate approximately 34 lakhs per megawatt annually. So this appears to be meaningfully lower than the industry benchmarks. But now with the new information, I see we only operate 180 megawatt in our IPP portfolio. So why there is a difference? I think from your side only, I received that we operate 300 megawatt of IPP portfolio. And in future, we are providing round the clocks models. So, hello?
Yeah, please proceed.
Yeah, so is my understanding correct that with the round the clock models coming in, it will be potentially leading to a significant uplift in our revenue going forward because our per unit charge will be increased when round the clock model will come? My second question is, currently the other income constitutes a notable share of our P&L. With the expected deployment of lower cost infrastructure debt and gradual utilization of cash collateral, could you share a quantitative view on the trade-off between reduced other income and reduced interest expense? What will be the net delta? My third question is, am I correct in understanding that IPP segment typically delivers EBITDA margins of 80 to 90%, given its asset-heavy low OPEX and essentially resembling a financing business model? So, management, of course, while management is best positioned to assess the strategic priorities, I would respectfully suggest considering a greater focus on faster turnaround segments, such as EPC, where value addition and execution agility may yield more differentiated results. The IPP model, by contrast, be seen as a commoditized, capital-intensive business with limited scope of operational differentiation. My fourth question is, could you provide an update on the EPC order book and the bidding pipeline under consideration? And I think our EPC execution of only 72 megawatt is pretty less compared to other players, which have very less experience. Companies have come out of nowhere and delivering robust megawatt projects, but we are only sitting at 72 megawatts. So what is the reason behind this? And my fifth question is, there are currently 40 gigawatts of renewable capacity awaiting power purchase agreements. So, what is the management's outlook on this development? How might this overhang impact our manufacturing operations and our IPP deployment? And if I understand correctly, our existing IPP portfolio is exclusively focused on commercial and industrial customers under private PPAs. And my last question is, in our module manufacturing, 60 to 70% of sales are channel-led sales. And I think current market is a robust demand. So why we are going with channel-led sales or even white labeling, and why we are not selling direct, which can preserve our pricing power and increase our margins? These are my questions.
I take 4, 5, and 6 then. Okay, Mr. Shashwat Desai.
Yeah.
Your question reverse. Your sixth question, why we are selling through channel partners, why not all by ourselves? Certainly, this is a large market we have to address, especially small rooftops and PM solar program, etc. We can't be going and knocking every door ourselves. So it is prudent to engage more channel partners and sell through the channel partners. That will create more visibility to the brand, as well as we can cover a wider bandwidth. Yes, there will be some margins will be sparing to the partners, but that will be less than, in value, it will be lesser compared to companies' own employees going all over and then doing direct marketing. So we have a mix of verticals as we presented in the beginning. We have channel sales, we have direct sale for rooftop projects, we have EPC, which is a direct program, IPP, a direct program. So we have mix of all different verticals. Only thing we have to accelerate the business, which is what we are doing now. Coming to your question 5, yes, one side you said IPP is not advisable. Now you say IPP is there, opportunity is there. Why we are stuck to what we say and customers? So IPP is definitely an important vertical for us to have a
No, sir. I am just asking question that 40 gigawatt power purchase agreements are pending. So it is a negative for IPP, correct? Because 40 gigawatts of power purchase agreements are still pending, which are not approved. So that was my question. And are we... okay, go ahead. Sorry.
See, what happens is now every company, especially those who are in exports or those who want to be in the ESG compliance areas, which many companies prefer to be in, they have to necessarily go for more green power, and then they have to achieve net zero. They have to achieve net zero, then obviously they have to get into PPAs or EPCs in order to have their electricity replaced by green energy. So that way things will change. So that is the response to your question 5. And question 4, you talked about update on current EPC order book, and small players are doing more, and why not we do more? So idea is, we are taking a larger 1 gigawatt target for IPP, same 1 gigawatt for the EPC also for the coming years. So we have to now improve our team strength and also the investment capabilities that we are working on already. Certainly we need more. So to answer your what is the pipeline, we have 50 megawatt of confirmed orders and 85 megawatt in pipeline. More to follow, Desai. With regards to your questions 1, 2, and 3, our CFO would like to address the questions, please.
Yes. So with respect to the third question that you've asked, where you've asked us to focus more on the EPC, I think the company's strength lies in its diversity, where the focus is both on the EPC segment and the IPP segment. This would specifically help us in areas where the interest rates are, on the upside and the downside. Usually when the interests are on the upside, people do not prefer to invest in CapEx, and thereby they prefer the IPP kind of model. Whereas on the other hand, where the interest rates on the lower side, the customers prefer the captive model of EPC. So in that sense, we are able to capitalize on both sides of the market. With respect to the other income, so our current strategy is where we have redeployed our cash collaterals into higher yielding investments, which has reduced the arbitrage between the interest expense and the interest income. We would be slowly using these funds for the deployment, as mentioned, in the manufacturing facility, IPP, and the EPC segments. and thereby also take the debt equivalent to ensure that optimum utilization of debt equity is there. And thereby, in that sense, the debt would be on the higher side as and when we increase our IPP portfolio. With respect to the IPP portfolio megawatt, lakhs per megawatt, as you have said, it is actually more than 34 lakhs per megawatt, it's closer to 60 lakhs. And here the tariffs are in the market range. So we are playing in the market and there has not been any significantly lower tariffs that we are handling. These are all in the market range only. Our current average realization today is closer to 4 rupees per megawatt. And in the upcoming megawatt targets also, we are focusing on being with the market. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Are you there?
So the next speaker, Yashiv, has not joined. Can you just call up the next speaker, please?
The amount J 173-01170. Mr. Hardik Indramal Jain.
Dick sir, you are up now. Please unmute your audio and video and speak, please.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. So I have few questions. Firstly, wanted to understand that we have mentioned that we have done 140 megawatt in module. So in the presentation, we have given three numbers like customer EPC 47 megawatt, module sale 140 megawatt, and MMS of 174 megawatt. So is it fair to assume that this is the sell to the outside customer after removing the internal consumption? And also wanted to understand that you mentioned that we have done 310 crore of revenue in module, but if we look at the PN consolidated PNL, the module sale is 222 crore. So is it also that 222 crore is sale to the outside customer, and the rest 90 crore difference is basically to the internal EPC or our own IPP? So one clarification on that side. My second question is, if can we say that given the demand in the solar and the way the other companies are growing, is it fair to assume that now with 800 megawatt of capacity in the ALMM, we can actually go and sell like entire capacity for the next financial year, the FY26? Because somewhere in your presentation, you have also mentioned that we are fully booked for Q3 and Q4. So if you can elaborate on that. My next question is, you have mentioned that for next 1 gigawatt of capacity, we are going to spend 140 crore. If you can mention about the 1.2 gigawatt of cell capacity, which you have mentioned in the annual report, how much would be the capex required? And you mentioned that it will come in FY27. So if you can just give some broad timeline, like the H1 or the later part of the FY27, when it will come. My next question is regarding the cell. So as you have mentioned in the your presentation also, the cell availability is a concern for DCR. And now with 800 megawatt of ALMM capacity, we will require domestic cells. So if you can elaborate on whether we have the firm tie-up with the for the DCR cell, that will be helpful. My next question is, in our subsidiary where we have a module business, we have done 8% EBITDA margin. It looks slightly lower compared to the other players in the industry. So is it fair to assume that since our capacity utilization was hardly 20-25%, this was reporting a lower margin, and with the ramp up in the next year, can we come back to 14-15% kind of margin, which is an industry standard like all the competitors are doing? My next question is broadly, if you can give a per megawatt realization under all the three category, like the EPC, the module, and also the MMS and the accessories, how much we generate per megawatt. My next question is in terms of battery energy storage system you have mentioned. So do we have the, so if you can elaborate more on this, like do we have the facility for this, or are we going to put up the facility? Then what kind of capex will be there? And will this be a meaningful revenue contribution in FY26, or it is still in early days and maybe 1 or 2 year there may not be a significant sale from this division? And if you can elaborate, like let's say a 1 megawatt, generally as a thumb rule, we understand that 1 megawatt of solar takes around 4 to 5 crore capex. So if we put up along with the battery energy storage, then how much incremental capex we required for that, and how much incremental revenue because of the battery energy storage we can generate in that? And my last question is regarding the IPP business. So if you can elaborate that we do have a long-term vision of 1 gigawatt, but if you can mention that from 182 megawatt in this financial year, where we are going in FY26 and FY27, and what kind of pre-tax IRR we are generating in the IPP business. And my last question is, in the IPP, you have mentioned 182 megawatt, and you have also mentioned that 223 million units we have generated. That comes to around 12 lakhs to 12.5 lakh unit per megawatt, which looks slightly lesser. So if you can elaborate on that, is it because that's not a TOPCon or a monocon, or is it a polycrystalline technology? If you can mention on that. Those were my questions. Thanks.
Jane, you have not sent a mail because you have stacked so many questions. You should have sent a mail to us in advance, right? Which
I'm sorry. I can.
What we do
I
is
can send the mail tomorrow if you are fine, and if you can reply in detail over there.
Yeah, that is a different approach. But to address some of the questions that you asked about, your last question, for example, you say 187 megawatt is the built capacity and 223 million units only built. In the month, assuming in the month of February, we build a project of certain megawatt, it will not show in the energy generation immediately. You all know that there is a concession to energy generation and billing lead time is there. So that is why there is a gap in terms of capacity versus million units produced and sold. And then some of your questions on how much is the capex? Are we going to have a battery plant? Are we going to have so much outlay? This is all for the future, and we have taken the first step of implementing BESS for the customers. So first we have to stabilize ourselves in the market, then look at how much can be manufactured, how much can be outsourced or engage OEMs from different countries. So then many other questions with regards to intercompany elimination, etc. It's all understood. Whether in terms of MMS, that is module mounting racks, balance of systems, modules supplied to our own IPPs. Obvious that there are eliminations, and whatever numbers you have seen, it is all after the eliminations. It is all well audited and well presented annual report. Then cell line is 1.2 gigawatt is a target, basically. So we have to work towards it. We have to engage consultants. The consultants are basically from Europe, and they have to come up with the complete plan, capital outlay, and the type of machinery, etc. So that is again a long-drawn process, Mr. Jain. So still what we do is you drop a mail, as you say. It's better to respond by a mail because we don't want to just give an arbitrary answer to you. Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you so much. Apologies for not sending the questions
No
earlier.
problem, Mr. Jain. You are most welcome. You are most welcome. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I'll send it tomorrow. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Next shareholder to speak is HR Jain. BP ID 120-28900. Client ID 174-2397.
Mr. Jain has not joined. Can you just call up the next speaker, please?
Okay. Next shareholder is Mr. Ashish Chub. BP ID 120-49800. Client ID 00229481. Mr. Ashish.
Yes, sir. You are now. Please unmute your device and speak.
Yeah. Good evening, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Sir, your annual report and presentations are quite exhaustive. I don't have any further questions. However, I would like to give you a small perspective and food for thought. Sir, I have been a shareholder of this company from numeric power days. And I still remember that you were amongst a handful of companies who distributed a significant amount of dividend to the shareholders after you sold the UPS business in, I think, 2012 or 2013 to Legrand. That shows your concern for the, care and concern for the minority. And what I have observed after that is that you have used the rest of the money very prudently. What happens is when many companies get this kind of a money, there is generally misallocation of capital and sometimes reckless investing. So you have refrained from, those things. And I would say you've acted as the custodian of shareholders' funds in a very balanced way. And I think you deserve appreciation for that. Sir, I have been a keen investor and observer of the capital markets for over 30 years. Now, in capital markets, I have come across broadly 4 categories of companies. The first is companies which are doing very well and managements are interacting regularly with analysts and investors. Second is companies which are not doing a great job or just average, but there are regular management interactions. Third is companies doing a great job and not interacting with the analyst and investors at all. And fourth is, below average companies are not interacting. I would like to put your company in the third category. You are doing measured growth in a very prudent way, creating capacities, creating entry barriers to business, but not interacting with the investors actively. And sir, I do understand that you are well within your rights to run the company the way you want to and not interact with anyone. However, if you go to the reality of our markets, it is that most big investors, whether it is mutual funds or FIIs or family office, AIFs, they don't want to commit capital to a company without interacting with the management. Now, even if you tell them what is already there in the annual report or information which is already there in public domain, they get a lot of comfort and confidence, believe me, once they hear from the horse's mouth. You can choose not to disclose anything which is not in public domain or refrain from giving any forward-looking statements. So you don't have to budge from your ethics in any way by interacting with analysts. Now, you may be able to relate to my statements by looking at the companies within your own industry or the sector. A lot of companies with capability, only half of yours, are trading at a market cap of 4 times your market cap. And someone with a size and capabilities which is 5 times of your size and capability is trading at 40 times your market cap. The difference is not because of business, it is mostly because of interactions. Sir, you may see this as non-consequential since you may feel it doesn't impact the business that you are doing. But imagine, if you have to conceive a project of, say, 200 crores and not having to visit a bank for any loan, and by just diluting, say, 4-5% of your equity, you are able to raise money for the entire project.
Interactions. It is definitely a very important aspect we have certain plans, very clear plans, worked out through a PR agency. Of course, concepts. Concept is already onboarded and.
So that is really good to hear because last 10, 12 years there has been nothing of that kind. And what I have sir learned in the last 30 years is the companies which have scaled up significantly have two things in common. First is good execution capabilities, good corporate governance, and the second and most important factor is they realize how to use market cap as a currency. So this is a key point which I would like to, emphasize upon using market cap as a currency. I think it's a beautiful thing which capital market has given us, and interaction with analysts and investors is the result of this realization. I think we can speeden up the pace of our growth if we have everything which is good. We have a kind-hearted and good intentioned management who understand the business, who have good execution and scale-up capabilities, who care for the minority shareholders. I think the only missing link is communication and interaction part. So my humble request is to just since you already clarified, I am very happy to hear that. So that's my only request to you to please have more investor interactions because that will good to all the shareholders as well as to the company. Thank you, sir. Thanks for the patient
Thank you, Mr. Ashish. I want to give you a very crisp answer. You will see our calendar and the lot of investor interactions will definitely happen in the coming quarters. I appreciate your advice. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot, sir.
Okay, the voting results will be declared along with the scrutinizer's report within 2 working days from the conclusion of the meeting. It will be placed on the website of the company, www.selectors.com, and on the website of CDSF, www.evotingindia.com. The same will be communicated to the stock exchanges, namely BSE Limited and NSE Limited. There is no other business to be transacted. I declare the meeting as closed. I thank you all for your cooperation in ensuring the smooth conduct of this meeting. Now I request Mrs. Jayashree Nachakan to give a vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. It's my distinct honor to propose the vote of thanks as we conclude the 30th AGM. First and foremost, I would like to congratulate the Chairman, Managing Director, and the Board of Directors for conducting this AGM successfully, as always. I would like to acknowledge the shareholders for their unwavering faith and ongoing support. Your trust motivates us to work harder and perform better each year. I express my sincere gratitude to all our professional team, auditors, legal counsel, bankers, RTA, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India, SEBI, Stock Exchange, for your valuable support and guidance throughout the year. A special word of thanks to our auditors and legal team for ensuring our practices are always transparent and robust. I extend my thanks and appreciation to our customers, suppliers, distributors, employees, and the staff. Your dedication, hard work, and support have made our achievements possible. Thanks to the organizing committee, technical team, especially CDSL, for making this meeting happen. Thank you, everyone, for your presence, participation, and commitment. Wishing you all continued success. Thank you.
For joining. Have a great day.